is on mute.
Hello. Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining us. My name is Jean Vernet. I'm the chair of HTPAC. And as you know, we're here today to launch a national effort. Hello. Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining us. My name is Jean Vernet. I'm the chair of HTPAC. And as you know, we're here today to launch a national movement to elect uh, Miss Harris, Kamala Harris, simply because, not because she's Black, not because she's a woman, but because the issues are important enough for us to recognize the champion we need. It is also coincidental that this is the 60th anniversary year of the 1964 Civil Rights Act, which ended legal Jim Crow. So we are making history. We are continuing to make history. Our purpose is simple, as I said. Mr. Roy alluded to the rules. Please, let's stay focused. Let's stay on point. More importantly, let's remember that we have 90 plus days to go. So this is not a sprint, it's a marathon. If there are issues, we can work through them and solve them because we have a clear objective. We need to keep our eyes on the prize. Thank you all. And Ms. Pierre Johnson.
Hello, everyone. Mimi Pierre Johnson, New York State HTPAC director. I welcome everyone here. And we are just doing introductions right now for the admins on this collaborative. And I guess I'll pass it to our interim president to introduce herself. Renee is muted. Manny, can you unmute Renee? Thank you.
Hi, good afternoon, everyone. My name is Renee Ballantyne, and I'm the interim president for HDPAC. I work primarily as a liaison for the White House as well as international diplomats. I work primarily with General Honore, and I'm very excited to be here and to see what asks and what are the needs of the group as we continue to push these efforts forward at the White House. Thank you, everybody, for joining.
Thank you, Renee. And we also have our Vice President, Dorothy. Would you please introduce yourself?
I think Dorothy is driving and she may not be able to speak. So
okay.
We're going to have to pass.
Okay, great. So we have Dorothy Dupree, who is the Vice President of HDPAC. She is driving, as Manny just said. I think, do we have any other folks that we should? Okay, so let's get going. So today's agenda is really to get us started. As Jean said, our chairman said, we don't have much time. We have 90 plus days to do something, really great within our community. And so the agenda really is to talk about what is the strategy that we have within the Haitian community. And so one of the things that, I'm going to talk about is what is the campaign strategy that everyone has, right? Whatever state you're in, there is an HDPAC director that can help you. If you don't have anyone to give you, whether it's campaigning directly or whether it is for outreach, knocking on doors, pamphlet, making phone calls, all of those things are super important. Social media is great, lawn signs are great, but that face-to-face conversation with voters is so important. So right now, all of us who's interested or who wants this to be a success, you have to be on the doors. We have to be out there to make sure that people are registered to vote. You have to ask your friends and your family members. who may or may not be registered. And so that outreach is super important. There are many states that has purged, that has purged people from the voters guide, the base of our voting blocks. So you have to make sure if you have moved, if your name has changed, if anything has changed from the original voters registration, you have to make sure that you are not only updated your voters registration, but also making sure that you are in the voters list. I know that Jean-Venet will be talking about that some more, but you must have some kind of strategy within your district to be able to participate, right? We need to make sure that you have your deadlines as to when you have to register. If you know that you're not going to be the general election, November 5th, if you know you're not going to be here in order to vote in person, start making a strategy, start making a plan for you to be able to vote absentee ballot. So you need to know those deadlines, and also early voting. If you are in a state that has early voting, make sure you know what those 9 early voting days are, where they are, and also the November 5th. So those are strategies and plans you have to have. And also, we have seniors that sometimes don't vote because they can't get there, because we know there are many states that has removed polling places that is harder for you to vote. So make a plan for the seniors that may need a ride. Make a plan for our youth that may need a ride. And also, for those young people that are going back to college, make a plan to make sure that they are registered right now. If they are coming home for early voting, if they're not, make sure that they already are asking for an absentee ballot wherever they are. So those are the outreach we need to do within your own family, within your own neighbors and friends. It is better to do it before the deadlines. Even if you say to yourself right now, oh, I'm not going to vote, you never know what's going to happen. And by the time you decide, you know what, I should vote, now the deadline has passed. So make these plans, start thinking about them. We do not have enough time to educate. So this is why we have to trust one another, those who have the expertise in these parts. Let's not talk about it, but let's start doing the work. So in the coming days, we will have strategies for you in where you are, so that we can give you those deadlines, so that you know what to do in these different states. So those are the campaign plans you should have, who to vote for, what is the purpose. All of these conversations, let's start to have them. Because the time is now if you want to do anything. So that's the outreach that we have to do, the campaigns. And we'll talk more about the strategies of those who really understand that our life depends on it. And as for Haitians, this is the moment that we must get involved, because our country, not just here, but also in Haiti, we need to do this. One voice, one people, right? And now I'm going to pass it over. We will have some more conversation, but we just wanted to just introduce to you the conversation that we want to lead this afternoon. And now I'm going to pass it to Jean Venet for the registration part and voters participation. Jean?
Thank you. Thank you, Ms. Johnson. So why is voting important? It is the worst system that exists, but it's also the best system that exists. In the history of human governance, we have not come up with any other way to have a government that is responsive to the will of the people, except one, where voting is free and fair. That is the reality. Democracy is a pain, but it's the best that we've got. So we got to understand the parameters. And in the United States, we don't have a national voting system. It is important to understand that each state, each locality has their own requirements. We have a national right to vote. By federal law, once you turn 18 and you're a US citizen, you can vote. State laws sometimes provide for you to receive certain assistance. For example, in New York City, you can have somebody who speaks your native language come into the voting booth with you. Some states prohibit that. Some states don't allow people to go in by group. You can't even organize a church group anymore in Georgia. Okay, so these are important things to be aware of. But the most important thing, which Ms. Pierre Johnson alluded to, is to make sure you are on the voting roll. Now, it is fairly straightforward and easy to do. If you are familiar with a computer, you can Google your state, let's say Georgia voting list or voting registry. And there is a website where you can put your name and it will tell you whether you're registered or not. Every single state has that, and I believe it is a federal mandate that every state has that. Now, once you have that, the best thing to do is to print it or take a picture of it so that when you go vote and they tell you you're not registered, you can show it. That's one thing. The other thing is that it does not, most states will not stop you from registering again, just to make sure. You can register again and have a new registration card if you want it. It's just a duplicate of the one you already have. That's fine. It is important for you to consider if you have moved, if you have gotten a divorce, change your name, anything like that, that will raise a question about your identity. You need to make sure that it's there. States like Florida and Georgia have been very aggressive in eliminating minority people from the voting rolls. Florida has eliminated millions. Georgia has done the same. So right now there's a case in Georgia. We're trying to bring back like 300,000 people that were eliminated. So it's a really should double check. Check the spelling of your name, your address, apartment number, every single detail, make sure it's correct. Not only do that for yourself, do it for your household. Husband, wife, daughter, son, do it. Brothers, sisters, do it for each other. In your church, talk about voting. How are you going to do it? Who is registered? Who is not registered? What help do we need? Do we need help getting to the poll? Do we need help understanding the ballot? Sometimes there are questions in the ballot that require some reading and thinking through. There's also the fact that there are sometimes physical barriers to get into the ballot box, right? So we need to see who needs help and what kind of help do they need. Some states are more let's say easier than other. I think Washington State it's all mail-in ballot, no problem. You just fill it out and drop it in the mail, no problem. New York State is a combination. A lot of states will offer you the option of voting by mail. So you need to consider what is the best thing for you in your state. But check the state law. Now, if you have a question, there are two organizations you can always turn to in any state. One of them is the League of Women Voters, and the other is the American Civil Rights, American Civil Liberties Union, ACLU. Okay, this organization and your local bar association will likely be able to provide information. If you're a member of a union, ask your union delegate. Usually, most unions are involved in voter education and voter registration. So it's important to know how you can vote and then plan how to make it happen. The second thing I want to say to you is that you can look at your college students or your high school students who are going to turn 18. You can register before you turn 18. Then it will be valid by the time you are 18. So if you're going to be 18 in November 1st, you can register now. By the time November 5th come around, you'll be eligible to vote. Okay? So if you have children who are going over to college, make sure they get their voter mail-in vote in. Okay, so that their vote can be counted. I'll say historically, just so you understand the importance of the youth vote, Richard Nixon Republican president was about to lose his reelection, he managed to drop the voting age to 18. A lot of young people were against the Vietnam War at the time. He, of course, said he was going to end the war, and a lot of young people voted for him. He got reelected. So the youth is a power. And we know a lot of young people are very, very interested in Kamala Harris. So we make sure we catch every single young youth vote that we can. So please, your Boy Scout troops, your youth group in the church, your radio station that plays hip hop music, whatever you can think of to reach the youth, your youth philharmonic orchestra, talk to them and make sure that we are catching them, letting them know what they can do. Also consider in your district, in your neighborhood, making a list of the candidates that you want to support besides the president. As Mimi and I heard yesterday from Congressman Mix, the way the government is in the U.S., we need partners. You know, we have 3 branches of government. If we have the presidency and we don't have Congress, it's very difficult to get things done. So we need to make sure that we support down ballot Democratic candidates. So when you go to the poll, don't just vote for president and vice president. Look down to see who the other Democratic candidates are and have a conversation about them with other people. In fact, some groups will make a list. They print out a list of all the candidates they approve of, and people just go and check their name off and they vote right down the line. Okay. Some states you may need permission to have someone with you. In New York City, you can bring anybody with you. I've always brought my children with me, and now my children are bringing their children. My grandchildren are going to the voting booth, and they love it. It's a good thing to do. Bring young people with you. Get them used to the idea that this is their right and their privilege to select who are their leaders, their elected leaders, but also our elderly people who might need help. There are some people who have reading difficulties or sight. They don't see very well. And there are myriad ways to vote. There's paper ballot. There is the thing you fill out and that scan. There are paper ballots that you fill out by hand and you hand into someone. There are different machines that you punch in, whatever. So if it is at all possible, familiarize yourself with the machines ahead of time. I would say that one thing we are considering, just so you know, we talked about doing short videos in some states to let people know how to vote. Because I know Texas, you can have anybody in the booth with you. We're working on facilitating some Creole speakers to be in the booth, or at least available to Haitian speakers. If not, we want to put up some videos so that people can see what the machine looks like and have a good idea of how to do it before they actually walk into the booth, especially first-time voters. There are 2 states that are primary importance to us this year. One of them is Georgia, because Georgia might very well be the key to both the presidency and Congress. Okay, so we are focusing on Georgia. So people from Georgia, please put your information in the chat, or send us an email to our website, hdpac.org. Let's begin to organize Georgia. I know we have a meeting coming up with the folks in Georgia to plan exactly how we're going to help, but we want to do something in Georgia to make a difference. We want to be very visible, because there are 50,000 Haitian voters in Georgia. That's an estimate. And we can win Georgia with about 20,000 votes. So if we turn out for Georgia, we're going to win Georgia. So that's important. We're also looking at New York, because New York is strategically important. New York actually lost Congress to the Republicans. We lost 4 seats in New York. That gives the Republican the edge. We were yesterday at the opening of a New York State Democratic Party open an office in Elmont and Linden, heart of the Haitian American community in Queens. So Ms. Johnson was there. I was there. Edu, a guy who was a consultant to Eric Adams' campaign and other campaigns, was there. So we had an opportunity to mingle and meet with some people. Some folks are already out knocking on doors. The important of that meeting yesterday was that Congressional District 4 on Long Island is one district we can turn blue. So we're going all out for that. So look to your state map. And if need be, give us a call. We'll help you work it through so that we can figure out where you can combine your forces. So make sure that we have as good a chance as possible of taking back Congress so that we can implement the agenda that we need. Fairer taxes, investment in the environment, investment in infrastructure, rebuilding our American heartland in terms of manufacturing, protecting our youth by giving them a good education, really securing our border, not playing games with it, but securing our border by opening the pathway for citizenship and addressing the root causes of migration, which is our really stupid and very inhuman international policies. We are strangling Cuba. We are strangling Venezuela, and we wonder why people are fleeing these countries. They are fleeing because our policies are killing these people. And these are issues we need to be clear about. This is not ideology. This is cause and effect. You squeeze people, they find a place to go. That is the reality. So, but in your court, each state, I mentioned Georgia, I mentioned New York, Texas is important. We're still trying to feel our way in Texas. We'll be looking at each individual state. Florida is important. We'll be looking at Florida. Right now, we have had some work done in Georgia and New York, but we're looking to expand. And we're asking all the good people who are here, please do this group and this mission a favor. Identify at least 10 people that you know. Give them a call. Remind them to check their voter registration. Do it at work, do it on the bus when you are commuting. If you meet people in the supermarket, you say hello to, say, hey, are you registered to vote? Make sure we pass the word out, because it is important that those of us who can stand up and vote, okay? That's all I have.
Thank you. Manny, you muted me. Thank you. Chairman, thank you so much. Those are all great things. And this election is so important for our community. And this is why we wanted to have this meeting today, so that we know we have a clear, decisive plan of action for the Haitian community to be in one voice and one path, right? And the next thing that we are going to talk about, because it's also as important, is the fundraising part, because none of this can happen if we are not mobilized and helping each of us in every state. So we have our director of communication, Emmanuel Wa, who is going to talk a little bit about that. And before I pass it over to Mr. Watt, we also, the League of Women Voters is another good organization that you can find, where to vote and all those other information if we don't have a chance to give you those links. All right, so Mr. Watt, you're next.
Yes, thank you so much, Ms. Johnson. Again, thank you everyone for being here. Before, I got a couple of things I want to talk about before I want to talk about the money, because for me to talk about money, I have to give you reason to give money. First of all, let me say to you that nothing in the world that has been done by a whole bunch of people. The 32 or 31 of you here could be the future of Haiti. Let me just quickly tell you what this election is about. Most of you know this, you don't need me to remind you, but please bear with me. This is a difference between authoritarianism and democracy. Kamala Harris will be the next president of the United States. But for this to happen, each and every one of us here have to get involved. How do we get involved? There are many ways to get involved. We can get involved in our community. We can get involved in our church. We can get involved through organization. We can also give money. Now, you know how we say in Haitian, bagay piti pa chiche. If you can give $5, $6, $2, whatever you can give, you give it. Now, what HGPAC has done, HGPAC has created a link to Act Blue. And the link says Haitian American for Kamala Harris. Why is it important for you to use that link? Politics is very transactional. For the last 40 years, I'm 57 years old. I've been in this country since I was 15. And I have worked for politicians from David Lincoln to Schumer to 2 governors of New York. I know how politics work. It's all about money. If your community is not willing to put the money where their mouth is, they're not getting anything. Why am I saying that? Haiti has a lot of issues. Who is in the White House? It's important for us as Haitian American. The only way we get things done to Haiti, for Haiti is for us in the diaspora to engage the political process. But for us to engage, we have to be willing to work together. I know there are other group of Haitians who are doing other things. We are open and willing to work with anyone who wants to work with us. Now, let me say this to you. There is something called the Louverture Act, which a lot of people have worked very hard to get it to Congress. That proposition has not been passed. It's just a proposition that is sitting there in somebody's desk. The next Congress is going to be very crucial for Haiti. What we are asking Congress to do is to treat the Haitian American the same way they treat the Jews, the same way they treat the other group. But this group, they are actually engaging the system. They are raising money, they're getting their people out to vote, and people will listen to them. So what that means is, wherever you are in the United States, you got to make sure you vote for the members of Congress. Who control Congress is going to be determinative of whether we get that $50 billion. Some people might say, oh, we'll never get it. I believe we can if we work hard. Now, here's, because I'm not going to be long because I want to hear from all of you here. So we're going to open the microphone so all of you can talk about what you are doing in your community. So I'm going to stop very soon. There is a link that I'm going to drop in the chat. That link, you would see it's a link, and I'm going to tell you exactly where the money is going directly to Kamala Harris. The money doesn't come to HGPAC. The link says HGPAC. So when Kamala Harris gets the money, she would know that this money came from Haitian for Kamala Harris. So that's how we know we give money. And we will be able to know exactly how much money that we have raised and where the money come from. Because when you go to the link, and I've been asking people to give $20.24, which kind of some kind of symbolic to 2024. I've already gave $20.20. I mean, I've given money before, but I've just gave $20.24. So we want every single Haitian, if you can, to give $20.24, which is so symbolic for 2024. And I think we could do it. If we raise money, if we engage the system, people are going to listen to us, but we have to do that. And you don't have to give a lot of money because I know things are hard for everybody. Everybody's working hard. You got your bill to pay, your mortgage, your kids. I know it is. But even if you can give $5, what that says, it says that you make a small investment into something that you believe in. So I'm so happy that you guys are here. HGPAC is going to continue working with you. I hope some of you would volunteer to join HGPAC, to work with us, so we can continue keeping our community engaged in the political process, so we can give a voice to us, because for years we've been complaining how Washington neglects us. Well, we come to a point now where we're saying, look, if we organize and speak in one voice, they're going to pay attention to us. Now, to close, I'm going to tell you something that the mayor of New York City said 6 months ago. Eric Adams says, if you go to the Jewish community, you ask them what they want. They say they want $10 billion. You go to the Haitian community, you ask them what they want. Every person tell you something different. Why is that? Because we all need Haiti to be better. We all like to be able to go back to our country and do business. We all would like to go to take our grandchildren to Haiti that we love. But in order for anybody to take us seriously, we've got to speak in one voice. And you know what we need? We fucking need money to fix the country. That's what we need. Nothing else. Don't ask politicians for anything else except money. Give us money and allow us to get politicians who are not crooks, who are not who are not stealing, because we know in our country, I mean, corruption, it's the law. That's how people live. They think it's normal to just steal the government money. But the diaspora can get involved and make sure that the money that we work very hard to get to Haiti, that money is spent for the Haitian people. We build our road, we build our school, we build our hospital. We turn Haiti like the Dominican Republic, where we can go. That's what this fight is about. So every election that are happening in the United States, it's important to us as Haitian American, because as a US citizen, I have the right to vote. And all of you here that are US citizens have a right to vote. And the only way to show that right is to come and organize. So I thank you so much for your time. I thank you so much for coming. And I will turn over to Ms. Johnson. Ms. Johnson, thank you so much.
Mr. Maya Roy, thank you very much. You always put it right where it belongs. I see that our chairman has his hand raised. Jean-René, go ahead.
Yes, thank you. I wanted to say that this effort initiated by HDPAC, which is the Haitian Diaspora Political Action Committee, we didn't talk much about the organization, but suffice to say that in the past 3 years, we've been working. We put together the Louisiana Summit, where we brought 19 different propositions that were made to negotiate the Haitian crisis, and we forged them into one. We also have been in close touch. Our interim president, Ms. Valentine, referred to it, that we've been working with the White House and other folks, and we have been successful in releasing some money for Haiti. We've been successful in, for example, $40 million that were stuck up in the government. We managed to get that loose. We've also been successful in getting equipment sent to the police. So we do have the ears of some folks, and our demands so far have been clear and precise, and they have responded to us. However, we need to have more leverage. And the way we do that is to show participation as a wider group. Right now, the White House is listening to us because we happen to have some people who are extraordinarily committed to Haiti and who have the heft in Washington. Now, I'm referring to retired Lieutenant General Honoré, who's worked in the Pentagon, is an expert in disaster relief and security. People listen to him, so he's been our conduit. But we need to widen our voice, and we need to make it deeper and more focused. So we're hoping to work with you and through you to establish an agenda that affects us here and also impacts policy towards Haiti.
Thank you very much, Chairman. So before we open the mics, let's just do some housekeeping. And I'm going to say it both in English and also in Creole. Let us please have a respectful conversation based on the agenda that we just shared with you, so that we leave today with next steps and we leave with concrete things that we are going to do. And I believe that Ms. Valentine will give us those action plans that we are going to begin this week. And let me say that in Creole as well, because we do want everyone to participate. Nous là, jodi a, parce que nous besoin faire un bagay pour Haïti avec une seule voix. So, avant que nous ouvrons micro yo pour nous tendre et expression par nous voulons pour tout le monde respecter une l'autre avec agenda que nous sommes parlé, pour nous commencer réellement travail pour pays nous en Haïti, et ensuite pour nous-mêmes comme diaspora ici, qui travaille très dur, nous voulons que tout ça que vous sautez là fait réellement avec une seule voix. So let us open the mics, and we're all gonna watch who wants to talk. Mr. Watt, you can.
Yes, I'm gonna monitor it. We go to Miss Bajon. Miss Bajon, you have the floor.
Hi, how are you? Thank you for having me, and thank you for the work that you're doing, everyone. One of the things that I'd like to bring to everyone's attention is that right now, the United States, Canada, Europe are still operating under what we call GATT laws. The GATT laws, if you remember, are the Bretton House or Bretton Woods laws or policies, which really continue, which was the goal was to rebuild, to use the old colonies to rebuild Europe after World War II. It's also turned out that these same laws are still applicable in adoption today, and they continue to transfer, which is the word they like to use, the wealth, assets, hard cash, whichever way you like it, of the South countries, meaning Black and brown countries, back to the North countries, meaning Europe, Canada, and United States. And this continues, which basically means that all of our natural resources, I'm talking about not just Haiti, but the global South, are thought of by the North countries, mainly the United States, as belonging to them, which basically means we will be what we see in the Congo is that they're enslaving children, some as young as 7 years old, and they're basically working mines so that we could have a nice cell phone, etc. So that would be my pet thingy. I would love for, and I don't think that we can undo them because that would kind of like ruin our economic structure overnight. I don't expect that to happen, but I can expect that I don't mind spending $100 more for my phone if it means that some 6-year-old in the Congo or in Haiti, because I'm assuming they have the same plans for Haiti, are not going to be enslaved. So the other thing is that we need, like I think Monsieur Wa said, we need real economic development. And I'm not talking about $40 million because that's not only an insult, it's a laugh. We need more. We need something more like 10 or $20 billion each year for the next 3 to 5 years, so that we can actually just kind of like put this country back up to what it needs to be. The other thing is that when we're talking about the gangs, we're talking about 15, 16, 10-year-old kids. Those kids are in gangs because they have no other alternative. Because what we've done with the GATT policies is diminish, destroy, remove much of the population, what we now call the informal economy, into participating in the formal economy. And so that needs to be reversed. And the only person or the only people that can do that is the United States, because they're the ones who basically wrote those policies. And we need to reverse them one way or another so that Haiti can be back to being human again, one of a better term. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Ms. Barjon. Let me just recognize our Honorable Rita Joseph, who is a member of the City Council representing New York City. Ms. Joseph, thank you so much for joining us. Out of deference to you as an elected official, I'd like to recognize you as the next person if you would like to add something.
Actually, no, I just wanted to say good afternoon and thank you for this convening of great minds to see how we move forward. No, I'm actually in a space where I can't talk too much, so I'm communing, but thank you so much for this gathering today.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you. Ms. Ballantyne.
Thank you. I just wanted to follow up on the previous speaker on what the asks and what we really do need from the U.S. government. As Mr. Roy spoke, General Honore, if you all aren't aware, sends a letter to the White House at least every other week, sometimes weekly, but sometimes every other week. And as Jean alluded to at the beginning of the call, the asks have been incredibly consistent. We've continued to ask for an amendment to the Leahy Law, which allows the U.S. to provide support to the Haitian National Police and the Army. The way the law is right now, there's many restrictions, which allows even the appropriation of dollars to go towards the security and towards the police and the army in Haiti. That's the first thing. The second thing that we are very much pushing for is the release of money. While we understand that there needs to be tens of billions of dollars to go to Haiti, at this point in time, based on where we are in the election cycle in the United States, we have to look at unappropriated money right now. It's very difficult for us to get the release of any newly appropriated money. With that being said, not only is the presidential election important, it's very important to you for you to look at your local elections at both your congressmen and your senators to see where there's some gaps on some of the committees in both Congress and Senate and who would be moving into those. But just so all of you know, as this goes forward, as this moves forward and we move towards the election of President Harris, we really do need to look at what the asks are from the Haitian community and be consistent. So if there's things that are coming up that you haven't felt that the collective group has been addressing, please let us know. As soon as the general letter goes out for this week, and Bojan and I are working with the general to get that released, we'll post it in this group too, so you can all become aware of what the asks that we have of the U.S. government. That's all that I have to say. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Ms. Valentine. Ms. Bajon, one of the things we're going to ask people in this meeting to do is, if there are issues that are important to the Haitian community, just like the issue mentioned, I think that we need to make a list of those issues because we have our own list in HDPAC. There are 7 issues that we're asking the future Haitian government, the U.S. government, with regard to Haiti to consider. And the GATT issue is something that we have to include also in that list. So thank you so much for that.
Thank you.
I would, so you and I could talk about that. We could talk to the general in terms of how we make a list of demand, because I think hopefully Kamala Harris will win. The general has a great relationship with her. We will continue to have a good relationship with the White House. I think we just need more people like yourself, Ms. Bajon, who is very well schooled in those issues, to join and helping us deal with those issues. So we will welcome your help. Thank you so much. I don't see any hands, but I'm opening the microphone for anyone to speak. I didn't see any hand. Anybody who wish to say something, please feel free to speak. I'm opening the microphone.
I just want to...
Dr. Truthby, your microphone is open, I believe. You can unmute yourself, Dr. Truthby.
Oh, bien. Hello?
Yes, we can hear you, Dr. Truthby. Go ahead.
Okay, thank you. So my name is Dr. Truthby. I'm a policy analyst for the Board of Directors for the Republic of Haiti. We currently are putting together a women's march in all 10 departments in Haiti, specifically because of the ongoing issues and the lack of representation for the women and the youth. And we had worked on several policies in the last couple of months as well for Haiti. And what we'd like to see with this presidential candidate is actually resources for Haiti, particularly in-kind needs such as water. There's a lot of infant supplies, maternal care to help with the women and the youth, specifically for not only the hospitals, but the educational system. And one thing that we are requesting is that, yes, the women that are going to do the march, which is CHHEH, our director, Ketli Excellent, and Dr. Augustine, I think she should be here. If not, we wanted to let people know that on August 14th, that we're mobilizing the people of Haiti. And what we'd like to see is a better relations with the U.S. In Haiti, as far as not only policy, but to have the women coordinators of these departments at the table of every deciding factor, not only for Haiti, but the Haitian American groups here to help mobilize the women in Haiti as well. And so these are the things that we foremost would like to see with the 2025 presidential electee, and more so that we'd like to see the women coordinators to be at the table when these decisions are being made. Merci.
Thank you. Thank you. I wanted to say that we understand there are like different sets of demands. So we need to kind of take a little bit through about what we're doing. Our focus right now is getting Ms. Harris elected. But we're also working on an agenda to present to her. So I think it is important that we understand how, again, the system works here. It is better, for example, and easier for the executive branch to ask for money for Haiti if the executive branch is receiving letters from different states and different congressional districts where there are Haitians saying the same thing. That's the mechanism of government in the US. I can tell you what my personal experience was after the coup against President Aristide. I started a campaign, a letter writing campaign to President Clinton. Okay. We started in Brooklyn. We were using fax machines, whatever we could do just to get letters to the White House. It got to the point with the fax machine, because they had a public fax. It got to the point where they called us and told us, please stop, because you're jamming the fax. It made a difference because all of a sudden they are hearing the same message from different corners of the country. It gives it a national presence. So our focus in organizing is to spread our footprint so that we have Haitian Americans in Alaska. We want you to write. You're in Honolulu. We want you to write. You're in Ohio, Wyoming, Washington State, New York, wherever you are in the US. We want you to write and echo our demands so that they become the demands that Haitian Americans are making. Regarding policies towards Haiti, we can ask for resources, but this is a little a practical thing to do, for us to be aware of. We can advocate, we can ask, but officially, the government of Haiti has to ask for some things. We just had a conversation about that with people from the Office of the Prime Minister of Haiti. And the problem is that no one in Haiti is willing to ask the US government for certain things. The US government cannot deal with us as an advocacy group. They can deal with us if we're asking for things in the US. If we're asking for help for children to be able to access STEM classes, if we ask assistance for elderly to get housing, all that stuff that affect US citizens, we can advocate for, and they'll find a mechanism to fund these programs here. When it comes to funding the Haitian government, it has to come from Haiti. And that is a big roadblock because the politicians in Haiti are very, very scared of each other. No one wants to have the label of having been the one to have called upon the Americans to send troops or do anything else. So that's created a problem where we're trying to negotiate with the folks in Haiti to kind of coach them into making certain requests that we can echo them in our lobbying. So just a little bit of, should we say, administrative government kind of mechanical stuff that we need to be aware of. That does not mean we do not advocate. It does not mean that we don't ask for money. But we need to understand that even when the money is available, and we did identify something like $700 million that is available. USAID has 400 and change. Other State Department has money. The Department of Defense has like money up to the gazoo, but it has to come from Haiti to be released to Haiti. This raises another issue, which is control of the money. That is why HDPAC, in our advocacy to the US government and other donor countries, because we also speak to France, Canada, etc., we are telling them that we want a management committee, we call it l'argent committee, the money committee, to control every penny of that money, approve projects. The government may select the projects, but they have to be approved and they have to be supervised by this committee so that we don't have the fiascos that we've had in the past. So our task is a little complicated because our wishes are clear. And I hear the thing about the women, the children. I mean, just the other day, we heard some shocking news about the 10-year-old girl that was like sexually assaulted from one of her contacts in the human rights divisions in Haiti. So every day we're getting all this really negative news and it's depressing. On the other hand, we need to understand the tools that we have and use them wisely.
If I can say something, Jean?
Of course.
This is Regine again. I am, full disclosure, I should have said that before. I didn't think about it. And I got excited and just went off. I work directly right now. I am one of the advisors for the government, for the president of Haiti, the current president, because it's going to be a revolving door. So I don't mind doing what I need to do in order to move this forward. So
thank you.
I'm available.
Thanks. So I'm sorry. let me just do a little bit of, I'm sorry, chairman prerogative here. Folks, sorry. We are at 4:53, so we have about like 7, maybe we can go another few minutes after the hour if we like. But let's like kind of refocus on the campaign. I know this is important because we are passionate people and we have a lot to be passionate about in these circumstances. But our primary purpose is getting
Jean, I think part of the problem that you're not getting, if you're speaking to a bunch of people, I understand you're in New York, where mostly everybody's a Democrat, but if you're looking at Georgia, which you mentioned earlier, you're looking at Miami, Haitians are actually organized to either not vote or to vote for the other guy simply because they're so angry at Joe Biden for over the past 3 years.
Yeah,
so
I understand that.
There are things that need to be addressed.
I understand that. And
so
as we move, hold on, I'm sorry, Ms. Barjon, hold on, please. As we move through, we will develop specific campaigns for each locality and each state. We're not going to solve everything today. This is the first of many organizing meetings. I'm sorry, please. Thank you. I wanted to say, let's go back to Kamala Harris, okay? Because we need a couple of things. One, we talked about giving money, 2024. Okay, for those of you who have a lot of money and want to give $2,400, you can do that too. You not limit that to $20.24. Please be as generous as you can within the limits of the law. Okay, let's be clear, people. Be as generous as you can. We would like your money, definitely. Use the link. Use our ActBlue link. We also want your time. Please look at your calendar and let's look at the coming days that you have off. Let's target our local churches. Let's go start knocking on doors for the campaign, go in front of the Haitian restaurants, the Haitian grocery stores, the barbershop, the beauty parlors, the grocery stores where Haitian shops. Let's hand out the flyers. Let's make people understand who we are. Some of us are thinking of having a big field presence in Georgia. Before the election, we think of going as a group to kind of do some door knocking, do some outreach. In New York, we are thinking of doing a huge caravan, which people always like to do in New York, blowing the horn with the flags and etc., just so people see us as we get closer to the election. Those of you in different states will come up with different ways. Our message is simple. Vote Kamala Harris and vote Democrat. We understand a lot of people are going to vote the other way. That is their right. And, we protect their right. We agree with them. That is their right. We have a mission to get Miss Harris elected. That mission comes with an agenda. We are developing the agenda. We're developing the means of communication. We're not only talking to the candidate for presidency. We are talking to people who are already in office. We have good relationship with Ms. Pelosi. We have good relationship with Hakeem Jeffries, the future speaker. We have good relationship with Mr. Mix. We were with him just yesterday. We have good relationship with Schumer. We are making sure we're running the table here. We're making sure that we have the footprint to get what we need. We have learned a lot from different communities. We have looked at the Jewish community in particular. No shame in saying that. We've looked at the Jewish community, and our model is IEPAC. Our model is IEPAC. So we are starting something that we hope, we know will become big. But right now, we're taking baby steps. Baby steps, 2024, voter registration, check your vote, check how you vote, plan the vote, get your young people involved. If you're in a church, look at your youth group, look at your Boy Scouts, people who graduated from college, talk to them before they go away. All right, your elderly, make sure they can vote. Make sure you double check their registration. They need to be driven to the poll. Let's plan for it, okay? 2024, we need money, people. We need money. I know Emmanuel wants to give $2 million and $400,000, but you can't do that. It's against the law. You can't do that. You can't give that much, okay? But you can give it to me. I'll hold it for you. But 2024, very little. But remember that Obama was raising $1 million a day. People were giving $5. Miss Harris raised $300 million, more than $200 million this month. Most of it was from small donors, okay? So it is not the amount, it is how many people are in the game. because this is a numbers game. Some people can write a big check, but guess what? They can only vote once. So we're going to win because we have the numbers to give small amounts many times. You can give 2024 every single month or every single week. You still won't reach the max, which is $2,800. Well, you won't reach the max, okay? But if you write a big check, that's it. You can't write, you can't give anymore. Now the campaign knows I'm getting this money every month. They can plan for it. That's one thing. The other thing is they cannot stop us from voting. They can impede our vote. But we have the numbers. If we vote, we win.
Thank you so much, Mr. Chair. What I like to do is I'm always like to hear from the people. So I know there are two people that have spoken before, Dr. Truthbay and Ms. Barjon. Before we go ahead, Ms. Barjon, I think I have your number, but I may not. Can you please send me your number so that Ms. Valentine can get in touch with you in regard to
chat? I put it on the chat. I put it on the chat thingy.
Okay, yeah, Ms. Valentine will get it. Ms. Valentine, yes, thank you. Ms. Valentine will get in touch with you. Now we're going to go by order of people here. We'd like to hear from the people. Now let's go to Sandra's iPhone. Sandra, moi je suis à lunette ou non yeux bien belle wap manger. We want to hear from everybody. So talk to us, Sandra. What's going on? Where boy? Also mute, Sandra. Unmute yourself. Sandra, you so mute. Unmute yourself. There you go.
Can you?
Yes.
Okay. All right. My name is Sandra. I am. I live on Long Island in Massapequa. I am very, very interested in participating and helping to elect Kamala for all of the reasons that you guys discussed on the call today, but also because I am an American citizen. I have children in this country, and I probably will have grandchildren in this country. I want to make sure that this country continues to stay on the path for democracy and on a path where people will continue to have their freedom, the ability to express themselves as they want without having to be worried about somebody breathing down our neck. This particular season of politics in the US has been so toxic. I am really looking forward to getting back to a system where Democrats and Republicans balance each other rather than demonize each other. So I am happy to participate in the call today, and I'm happy to be able to offer my assistance in any way I can. I work full time, but I do have connection with the Haitian community, and I will do the best that I can to motivate people to vote and to participate, because I think electing Kamala is life or death. Thank you.
Thank you so much. I'm so glad I picked on you, Sandra. I know you could do it. I'm so happy. Let's go to Mario. Mario, you next, my friend. Mario.
Hello, hi, good afternoon, and thank you for inviting me. No, I just wanted to say earlier, Jean mentioned that our model is APAC, and we should follow what the Jewish community does, and they are very successful at what they do. And my question to Jean is, do we have right now a plan to reach out to the Haitian business community? Because I know a lot of cops, firefighters, nurses, teachers, they are giving, they are doing their best, but for some reason, I feel like there's a lack of interest from the Haitian business class. Is there any way, any plan that we have right now to reach out to them so they can participate with us?
Actually, I'm sorry. Go ahead. Go ahead.
To that.
Of course.
One other thing we're currently working on right now, I have a list of about 400 Haitian organizations, including business leaders. For example, we have Chamber of Commerce, Haitian Chamber of Commerce in Georgia, Florida, New York. All of these states have different chambers of commerce, and the businesses, the Haitian businesses are members of that. So HGPAC are sending them letters to say to them that while we recognize their right to give money singly, like I can write a check to Kamala Harris for $2,000. It is Emmanuel Roy who write a check to Kamala Harris. It is not a concerted effort of a group working together. which is what the problem we have in the Haitian community. We all have, some of us, not all of us, some of us has money to donate, which we can donate. I've always donated money to the Democratic Party, but I realized that when Emmanuel Roy write a check for $1,000 to a politician, it is me giving $1,000. But if we come together as Haitian American, as HDPAC, or whatever organization, and we give $1 million or $2 million, it is the Haitian community who gives $2, $3, $4, $5, $10 million. Now, the issues that we have, we can then talk. So I appreciate what you said. It's a very important, but I have to tell you, it is an uphill battle for us. It is a fight because of our culture, of the way we always fight with each other. And I think that HDPAC has been an organization that has been funded on the notion that it is a community organization. It is not my organization or Jean's organization or anyone. It is our organization. Whoever wants to participate, I mean, we had people that we never met, came from Texas. They say, hey, I want to be involved. Okay, good. They become involved. So I want the community to know that this is something for them so that they can have an interest in it. So I'm very happy that you mentioned that, Mario. And one of the things we'd like to do, this is not a job that we can do by ourselves. If you would like to get involved with us in getting the business community, we would like you to help us do that. And there's room for you to work with us to make sure we could do that.
And I think one of the things, Mario, one of the things we've been working on, we actually have a young gentleman who is an expert in marketing and has an extensive database of Haitian businesses, both here and in Haiti. And he's come on board as one of our communication techs. And we're actually putting together a package to reach out to the business community. But as I remember, Maria, you're a former police officer, yes?
Yes.
Okay. So could we set up a meeting with Alifo?
Absolutely.
Okay. So let's set up a meeting with Alifo. We'll bring in Emmanuel, maybe the general, Renee, whoever we have that's available from HDPAC. Let's talk about how they can participate, what role they can play, because frankly, one of the biggest things we've been talking about is how to bring more of our institutional participants together. We have firefighters, we have doctors, we have all these guys. We need to bring everybody under one tent so that it is not a small fragmented organization, but a solid institution. So I look forward to working with you on that. And the business community, we do have some businesses, but we are planning to do a serious outreach with them. As I said, we just brought somebody on board who has a huge database. We're just going through it. Okay.
Absolutely.
Thank you, Mario.
Thank you so much. I see some, Ms. Bajon, did you have something else you wanted to add? Because I see your hand still up. Otherwise, if you don't, let's go back.
No, sorry, I just didn't put it down. I apologize.
Okay. Yeah, if you have something to say, please jump in. Let's go to LGE V600. I don't know who that is, but okay, so this person, let's go to Révérend Jeudi. Révérend Jeudi, dis-nous ti bagay, dis-nous ti cause.
Well, I didn't expect that. Bonsoir tout le monde.
Bonsoir.
I'm here with my mom. We are very excited for this organization, coming together. I think this is very worthwhile. I have been voting since I was able to. When I came, I was born here, but I grew up in Haiti. So when I first came in college, I've been voting since. And I've always believed in the right and the privilege we have to be able to vote in this country. And I do think we have to exercise it. I do work with young people, and obviously I'm a ordained minister as well. Work with a lot of other ministers. So, my plan is to spread the word, and we've already been doing that in our church, encouraging people to go and register to vote, those that are able to. We do have probably a 50-50 split with citizens and non-citizens. So we've been encouraging as many people as we can to register to vote. and participate in this process. So I'm really excited to be here, and thank you for calling on us. I wasn't expecting that, so I don't have a speech prepared or anything.
Okay.
Just to be respectful of the time, it's 5:10, and
I'll just add something about non-citizens. Non-citizens may not be able to vote or donate money, but they can do things such as knock on doors, give out flyers, drive people to the poll, give water when that is permitted, when people are willing to vote. So just because you're a non-citizen, it does not mean you can participate. You may not be able to vote, but you can volunteer for a campaign. You can make phone calls. Okay, you can make phone calls to your neighbors, encourage them to vote. So we want to stay within the law, but we want to take every single advantage that we can. So encourage the people who are not citizens to participate as well, because they do have a role to play.
Yes, and let me add, John, that the law allows U.S. citizen and green card holders to donate. So if you have a green card,
right, that's
you're
true.
not a U.S. citizen, you could still donate money to the campaign, and you could still get engaged. What we cannot do, and I want to tell people this because some of our fellow friends got into trouble for that, we cannot take money from foreign people to put in the campaign. So we're not going to do any fundraisers getting money from foreigners and then pass that money as it comes from U.S. citizens. That's like a green card to straight to prison. So we're not going to do that. But if we do have people that have, that have a green card and they were working and they want to donate 10, 20, 30, 40, $50, they can do that. So what I have done, there is a link. It says Haitian American for Kamala Harris, is an Act Blue link. I put it on the chat so everybody can see it. I'm begging each one of you, if you can click on that link, and please go to that link and donate, even if you can donate $5 to Kamala Harris. What it would show that the Haitian American are working together and that we are trying to donate money to the campaign. And then understand that one of the things we're going to do, some of the people that used to work for Obama are now transitioning, going to Kamala Harris campaign. I wrote an article about this today. And some of the people, I'm familiar with them when they work for Obama. HGPAC is going to send a letter to them to let them know that the Haitian community are organizing, supporting Kamala Harris. We're going to ask for the campaign to have Kamala Harris come to Lille, Haiti. We know that 4 years ago, Biden went to Lille, Haiti, made some promises to the Haitian community in Lille, Haiti. In 2016, Donald Trump went to Lille, Haiti and made some promise to Haitian. We all see what that turned out. This time, we're going to ask that Kamala Harris come to Lille, Haiti, but not just to make promise, because what we want to let them know, we knew what happened before, and we're simply not going to stand for it. We want to make sure that people know we're in the game, but for us to be in the game, we have to show that we are interested. So whatever little money you can give, and let me say again, that money goes directly to Kamala Harris. It doesn't come to HGPAC. The link is created so we get credit for raising the money, but the money goes straight to the campaign. So thank you so much, Mr. Chairman.
And share the link. Please share the link with your friends. Even share the link with everybody, put it on your Facebook page, put it on your WhatsApp groups, share it, because we want to drive as much money as possible to the campaign so that we get the credit. That enhances our credibility, that enhances our visibility, because if we raise enough money, we're going to say, wow, this little group raised that much. Okay, let's talk to them. Unfortunately, there's an entry fee, so to speak, for everything. So
yeah.
Unfortunately. Well, before we close, we'd like to hear from a few other women here that I know that have been very vocal. We have Mireille Leroy. Mireille, nous avons quelqu'un battant de haut et dis-nous qui soit fait beaucoup de temps pour aider campagne. Mireille Leroy, côté où est?
Thank you. I want to say kudos to those people who put this meeting together. I think it's a great effort. I will participate and donate. I'm planning on reaching out to those nurses, the doctors, and the NPs And if we can have a presentation similar to this, like you wanna, yeah, I can put something together. Thank you, Mr. Roy. Thank you for the whole group. Really appreciate you guys.
Thank you so much, guys.
Thank
The other
you.
thing you guys could do, if you can have little fundraiser at your house, for example, you have that link that I sent you, you can go to, you can click on that link and you see it AgBlue. You can copy that link. And when you're at home, invite maybe 10, 20 people from your neighborhood or your family member. Bring them over to your house. Talk to them about what you would like to see Kamala Harris do for the Haitian community. And ask them to donate $20. Like I said, we're not looking for millions. We just try to get people engaged. When people give money, they vote. If somebody's going to give you their hard-earned money, I can guarantee you they're going to go vote. Everybody that gives money vote. They just don't give money and don't vote. So I would like you guys to have this. For example, Miss Leroy, what you said, for example, all the nurses, all the doctors, you can hold at your house like a small barbecue on a Saturday. You invite 20 people, 30 people. They come in. We talk about Kamala Harris. We talk about politics. And then you ask them, hey, here's the link. Go to your cell phone, click on the link, donate $20, donate 10, donate 5, donate 50. That's how we get people engaged. So I really want the group here to promise me that you're going to make that effort. We know we have a reverend here. The reverend already said that she's been working in a church, getting people registered to vote, talking about Kamala Harris. But we need to have that discussion, that momentum. That's how we get people involved. Everybody like a little get together. I know if you invite me, I would come because I love a little get together talking about politics. You can do that at your house. And it's a good thing to get your community involved, to find out what's going on in the community that you live in, and to talk to people about what could happen in the next 4 years. And once you do that, you're going to feel good that you've accomplished something. So I'm going to ask everybody to do that. Now, I want to hear from a woman, Carol Elias. Carol, you are a dynamite woman. We need more women involved. So I want to hear something from you, Carol. After Carol, we're going to go to our director of HGPAC in Ohio. She came in a little late, Sophia Pierre-Luce. We will recognize her in a minute. Carol, can you hear me?
I could hear you.
Go ahead, Carol. Tell us what you're going to be doing to help us with Kamala Harris.
Oh my God. So I live in Brooklyn and I've been, I supported Rodney's Bishop. I worked on Dwayne Paul's, Judge Paul's campaign, Farrah Lewis, various campaigns. And this is really close to me because my daughter actually, she works for a PAC and they are out in Seattle. I could definitely partner, connect you guys with them. And they're doing phenomenal. My daughter right now, she's in Seattle. So she's, engaging, getting people to vote, getting people registered. So I'm here. We discuss it all the time. So this is a passion of mine. It's very important. So I'm with you guys. And I appreciate everything that you guys are doing.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. That's how we get it done. Thank you again. So let's go to Sophia Pierre-Luce. Sophia Pierre-Luce is HGPAC state director for the state of Ohio. Now, guys, that Ohio, it's like it's battleground, right? You to win the presidency, you have to win Ohio. Right now, Kamala Harris and Donald Trump are head-to-head in Ohio. Don't ask me why. I can't understand it either, but they're head-to-head. So there's going to be a lot of fight. So Miss Sophia Pierre-Luce, tell us what you're doing in Ohio for us to elect Kamala Harris. Go ahead, Miss Pierre-Luce.
I'm on the road. Can you guys hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Yes. Hello, everyone. It's very nice to be here tonight, this afternoon. Well, we are working with different leaders in the community, business leaders, and also the churches to actually educate them on the importance of voting Miss Harris in power, because right now Haitians are facing a dire situation in Columbus and in Ohio per se. So we have to get together and then get some money, do some fundraising going on, and get everyone active so that they can actually put her in power for the benefit of Haiti, first of all, and for us Haitians here in Ohio and everywhere else. So we are working very hard. We're planning to have some meetings with some leaders and also with the community to let them know exactly what they are facing, and how we can work together as unity, as one, in order for us to be able to put her in power and we can have the victory for our country and us.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Before I go to Révérend, bon pour rapide parce que c'est Révérend. Si pas pour bon Dieu qui puni moi. Je parle bon Dieu puni. Go ahead, Révérend.
Just wanted to clarify one thing that you said, just so everybody understands. As a minister, I can encourage people to vote. We can help them register to vote, but I cannot endorse like publicly any candidate because of our 501c3 status. However, you know, anybody can get any candidate or whatever representative can come and talk, you know, about their candidates. I just can't endorse it publicly. I can do it with my friends, with my close people, but not in the church, you know, as a whole. So I just wanted to clarify that.
That's correct. Thank you so much. Nous avons un jeune homme là, on va attendre dire même, dis-nous petit cause non. Qui boye in the world, what can we do to help? Uni, also mute, unmute yourself, Uni. There you go.
Moi, c'est Dr. Cadet.
Dr. Cadet. Qui aime faire pas Dr. Cadet? Bon, c'est où mettre non Uni, pas mettre Dr. Cadet.
Moi, ça va dans Georgia.
Oui, perfect.
Et moi, bien content de travailler dans le fait, moi, apprécie ça en pile. En tant que citoyen, tout, je crois que nous avons fait tout ça capable pour nous collaborer ensemble. Et c'était que nous avons Kamala Harris élu comme président.
Dr. Cadet, et qui boye Georgia? Dans qui ville ou Georgia?
Savannah.
Savannah, ok. Qui ça nous a organisé Savannah et est-ce que nous avons organisé un petit get together la caillou bien comme communauté on va nous faire de communauté pour nous make sure qu'on assure que tout haïtien l'autre monde vini pour qu'on compte ça qu'a fait dans campagne pour qu'on voter. Qui ça nous a organisé côté parce que Georgia is very important.
Bon, je pense que il t'a pas un bon bagage si nous capable venir. Organisons get together.
Eh bien, Dr. Kader, comment ça n'a fait? Vous numéro de téléphone, bon numéro de téléphone nous, et puis n'a fait follow-up avant, parce que Georgia est tellement important. En 2020, Biden gagne Georgia by 11,000 votes. 11,000 votes. Georgia, nous avons plus que 85 000 Haïtiens qui habitent là. Nous pas dire que tout Haïtien est citizen, non. Some of these Haitians may not be. But I think we have at least between 30 to 40,000 Haitians that are living there that could vote. So, any little bit help. So, si nous avons fait un bagage Georgia ensemble avant, nous avons organisé, this is something that we will do very quickly. So, je pense que if you want to drop your number for me in the chat, et puis somebody from AGPAC will call you after the meeting pour nous essayer d'organiser un bagage. OK?
OK. Parfait.
Voyez numéro, ma voyez numéro pour bon, ma mettez numéro PAM, mais voyez numéro pour tout. OK?
Oui, fait ça.
OK. Madame Esther, moi, un microphone, une photo à un microphone, un computer devant, son chanteuse. Dis-nous ce qu'on a fait pour nous, Kaeli, Camilla. Madame Esther. Nous pas venir c'est pour nous parler, pour tout le monde parler.
Wow, thank you. I didn't expect that. I'm so sorry. I'm commuting. I'm in the car, so I can't turn on my camera. But yes, I am in Tampa, Florida. That's the closest picture I could have find to put myself in there. I'm actually the president of the Haitian Chamber of Commerce in Tampa.
Oh, c'est où n'a cherché, oui. C'est où même n'a cherché même. Vous pas de Mario se parler là. Mario, c'est où Mario a cherché. Mario, même dans mon t'a cherché.
So yeah, a friend of mine actually put me on the group chat. So I'm really honored to be part of this and definitely looking forward to host and help any way we can to get the Tampa community active and what is happening here. So it's very exciting. Thank you again for this opportunity.
Esther, no, we have to thank you for getting involved because I know we're very busy, but you take your time to be here, so we really appreciate it from the bottom of our heart.
This is great. This is wonderful.
For you, Esther, please, let's try to see if we can organize something in Tampa because Florida also is in the game. Right now, they're saying that Donald Trump may win Florida, but I think that they're not looking at the Haitian vote in Miami, which is the reason why Donald Trump won Florida in 2016. Donald Trump got 10,000 Haitian vote that he otherwise would not have gotten because the Haitian community was upset with the Clinton for what the Clinton did to Haiti. So they're going to be for Trump. Now we're saying to the Haitian community, let's go back. Let's look at Kamala Harris. Let's do what we did let's do for Kamala what we did for Trump in 2016, because Trump did, obviously, I don't want to repeat, but we all know what he said about Haiti, so we're going to keep it there. But in any event, this could be done. Tampa is a very important place for Kamala Harris in terms of numbers. So if we can do something with you in Tampa, we would love to be able to do it. I just put my number in the chat for you. I know you're driving, so please don't get into an accident, but when you stop, you can get that number. Give me a text, give me a call. We're going to put something in the chat to try to get people, because we have to organize wherever we are, whatever we can do. I don't have no one in the HG Pack mind traveling. I don't mind traveling. Miss Valentine travels all the time. I feel like she's in Texas right now. Jean-Vernet travel, Mimi travel. We will come there and help organize something locally. And it doesn't matter if it's 20 people, if it's 30 people, if it's 40 people, whatever it is, we will come and do it, because it means that much to us. So let's go to Geneviève Derisso. Geneviève, Fontando, oui? Yes. Go ahead, Geneviève. Geneviève Mbatodo, no? Your mic is on, but I cannot hear you.
Maybe she's not talking.
Okay, maybe she's not talking. Miriam Villard. Miriam.
Hello.
Welcome,
Bonsoir.
Miriam.
Bonsoir tout le monde. Je suis à West Palm Beach, Florida. Par contre, qui moun qui mette dans le chat là, mais je suis content de mettre dans le chat là. Et depuis le chat là, je commence à mouvementer, travail, côté mieux, pour tout le monde voter Kamala.
Non, ça très important. Florida, très important. Nous avons un président HG Pack là tout, que je me reconnaître, David Alexis, un ex solide qui a un pile travail à faire dans la communauté. David, Faudia. David is also in West Palm Beach. David, fon salut communauté, ou pas bin là, ou pas dire, non? Pour nous causer dans bail là. Parce que n'a pas si on organise un bagage dans zone West Palm Beach dans tout. David, ou là? David,
it's muted. It's probably, yeah. But meanwhile, I wanted to say, devait dire que lien pour Ac Blue, le nous ouvrir, semble que le pas marcher. Mais le bouton qui dit donate now là, the donate now button, you click on it, it opens up. I just did it.
Yeah.
Okay, so I know when when it first opened, it looks like it's inactive, but it is active. Okay, so
could
please.
You guys please send the link to the WhatsApp group that we can access it after the meeting?
Yes. I did it already. I did.
Okay, thank you.
I put it already. Yeah. And share it with your friends. Okay.
We're gonna put everything in the group. And if you have other people, please add them to the group. We're going to have the discussions in the group, because we're gonna give you an update. Ms. Valentine is gonna send a letter to David Plouffe, who is now the senior advisor for the campaign. We're going to send a letter to them and let them know what's going on and list out some of the things we expect. We're going to ask that Kamala Harris at least come to come to Little Haiti when he's in Florida. So all of us that are now involved in this, you're going to get updates of what's going on. So that's the reason why it's important that we stay engaged. Madame
let me just say one thing here. It is important for us to consider that Florida, there is a Senate seat that is at stake. Chris is vulnerable. There is someone running against a lady running in Florida for the U.S. Senate that seems to have a very, very good chance of winning. So please, yes, organize in Florida. Make sure people go out to vote and vote Democrat, because if it can, and we might just be able to vote Kamala Harris in Florida as well, because if you remember the Villages, that retirement community, they recently had a golf cart rally where there were actually about 1,000 golf carts for Harris. So there's a good chance. But remember also the Senate vote, the Senate race in Florida is extremely important.
And I got to tell you guys, while I'm talking to you right now, I just got a news from Newsweek that says that they are now Republican for Kamala Harris. Some of the people that used to work for Donald Trump have endorsed Kamala Harris. And there are a lot of Republicans now who actually created a group called Republican for Kamala Harris. So we can actually do this, guys. This is not impossible. This could be done. We need more women in position of power. I have always said, I've been a champion of women. I have 5 sisters. One of my sisters here, she's driving. I can see her picture there. And I grew up with these women. And I'm telling you that if you want things done, you put women in charge of it. And this is, I don't know how many times I have to say this. You put women in charge, things get done. You put a whole bunch of men, nothing get done because everybody's arguing about something. So I think that it is time that we understand that we push women. I have no problem. I have 5 sisters. I love my sisters. Whenever I have something to do, I just give it to them and I just sit and they get it done. And I'm just so very happy to just follow women leadership. I have no problem. So all these beautiful women that I hear today, you guys are the one who's going to make it happen. And I want to be able to help make that happen because I believe in the leadership. In fact, there was a study that was done in Congress. They said that when you have a committee, when you have a congressional committee with all women, 99% of the time they come to consensus, everything get done. For the men, do you know what the percentage was? 45. I tell you.
Well,
Wow.
well, you
I
know,
did not know that.
Yes.
yeah, well, you know what they say in development circle. It's proven in development circle that if you want to help a community, give money to the women. They will start a business. They'll feed their kids. They'll send their kids to school. They'll take them to the doctor. You give money to the men. They buy sneakers. They buy jeans. So, no, it's been documented.
No, it's true.
No, it's
true.
Document.
Yeah, it's been documented.
It's true.
Yes,
oh my God.
You know, I do a lot of work in grassroots development. It's been documented. But
Oh my
listen,
God.
circling back to this whole idea of leadership. We've identified some people in some states. I know we have Sophia in Ohio. We have Dr. Kader in Florida, and etc.
No, Dr. Kader in Savannah, Georgia. We have Dr.
Savannah, Georgia. I'm sorry.
Georgia.
So could we agree, Emmanuel, and Renee, internally, could we agree that by Thursday we'll follow up with them? Because I know we have a regular meeting tomorrow. So by Thursday we should follow up and figure out what we need to do, how we can help. And either whatever you think, because you know your neighborhood, you know your area, you know your friends. If you think it will be easier to do a Zoom call and do a fundraiser that way, that's fine. You can do it that way. If you think it would be easier to bring people into your house or a park or whatever and have an iPad or something where they can just donate, sign in and donate, that's fine. Whatever you think will work, we'll support you. We hope to have a model that we can use in different places that have a basic structure. Basically what, this is national fundraising. It's very different than local. So share the link with people that you know. I just sign up to donate every month, 2024. I know Emmanuel signed up for much more, but that's okay. So whatever you can give counts, okay? Because money is important in the campaign, but money is not important only as money. It is important as an indicator of enthusiasm. Mm-hmm. Because Emmanuel, remember we're sitting in our office up on Court Street. Mm-hmm. We're looking at the Statue of Liberty, mm-hmm. and it came on the news that Obama was raising $1 million a day.
Yes.
And we said, man, Obama just won. We just said Obama just won. And we went out and had a drink. So
anyone who's raising that kind of money is going to win because the people that are giving are saying, we're going to put our money where we're going to put our mouth where our money is. So our money where our mouth is. So that's the same thing we want to do for Kamala Harris. I think Kamala Harris deserves it.
So now we have the win in our sale. We need to capitalize on it. So please, whatever ideas you have, put it in the chat. Okay. We are, speaking of the chat, we have restored access to everybody in the chat. But please, I know you guys are serious people. We don't worry about you putting nonsense on, but we're going to monitor as best we can. And if something is posted that you don't like, please don't blame the administrators, okay? Because we have our hands full, but we will monitor and, you know, restrict and kick people out if they are repeat offenders. But again, people, this is a marathon. We're not going to exhaust everything today. We're going to get together again probably in a couple of weeks or less, depending on what's going on. But we can talk to each other every day or as often as you like in the chat. So don't be silent. You know, give us your ideas. You may have very specific activities coming up in your community. Some people, you may have like football games, college, colleges are welcoming the freshmen, all those activities. If you can take advantage of them, please, let's do so.
Thank you, Jean. Thank you so much. We still have people coming to the meeting after so long.
That's great.
Dr. Chuvbe, you have your hands up. Please go ahead, Dr. Chuvbe.
Oui, merci. So I wanted to reiterate our organizing efforts. We are based in Florida and California. We have some agents in Atlanta as well. So there's 2 events coming up, Birth of a New Nation and the business conference that's happening in Georgia. We want to mobilize the people, but what our main concern, because we are a policy group, is a town hall with President Kamala Harris, candidate, concerning what exact policies that she'll enact for the Republic of Haiti. So that's a priority. So if you could let us know if any efforts towards that will be happening in the future, so that we can attend.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr.
Thank
Chuvbe.
you.
Manny, make
yes.
sure that she comes with the goods, okay?
Yes. Absolutely.
I'm not kidding. She has to deliver.
Oh, listen, you know, Regine, one of the things we have to do is we have to contact the campaign. We have to let them know who we are. We have to let them know we're serious. And when we talk to these people, we have to ask for one thing. You know what we need? We need money. We know what to do with the money.
But
Just
that's what I'm saying.
money.
I agree with you.
Just give us the money and step aside. Give us the money, step aside. We know what to do.
Manny n'a parlé en privé. I agree with you on 100%.
Yeah, we need. Renee has her hand up.
Yes.
Renee has her hand up.
I just wanted to, just in summary, I love all of the passion that everybody has and all the excitement. We will be following up over the next couple of days with those of you who have offered to participate in your local communities. Please look for the Zoom link. Please look for in the WhatsApp for more and more instruction. We have some things to come. We have bought a website for Haitian Americans for Harris, and we are going to have that up and running hopefully within the next week or so. That might have some opportunity to buy some swag, so to speak, if you want to start to put some yard signs out and some other things in your communities. Also, as all of you are talking about the fact that we need money, and that's absolutely what we need, and that continues to be the message to the White House. The specificity of what the money is needed for, even though we know, the government doesn't know. So we have to be able to be specific, which is why those of you who are partnering with the people in Haiti, whether you're currently working with somebody in the current administration, whatever your relationships are, however we can leverage those to get specific asks from the Haitian government would be amazing. Because right now we know they need blanket funds. We need to drill down to more specificity as to what specifically those dollars are going to, and the transparency that's needed. Well, that's great, but that's great. I mean, we need a very, very specific list from all of the ministries. That being said, that's our work towards Haiti. We need a second list of what we need for the Haitian Americans that are in the United States now, in each community, and drilling down. So we need 2 separate lists as we continue to move forward. And
I agree with you.
And I mean, we have gotten, as an organization, we've been very, very focused on Haiti, given the humanitarian issues, the security issues, and the crisis that's really there. We haven't forgotten about what needs to be done in the United States, but we also need to amplify that a little bit more. So please, as we're moving through the chat and things, if we can develop out 2 or 3 very specific asks
that are united in our voice. We become one voice and I mean, we know that there's hundreds of things we would like, but what if you could only be given 3 or 4 things, what are the most important things? And we can continue to drill and drive that message home. So look for more to come with regards to this group, and we'll have a Zoom link out soon. Manny will send it out, and hopefully our website will be up in the next week or so with all this information on it. So thank you, everyone.
Thank you, ma'am. Can I say one thing? We have a problem in Miami. We're talking about Haitian Americans here. I think I was told 65%. I don't know. That number seems to be outrageous to me, but I was told that about over 60% of children in the children's prisons, juvenile prisons, I think that's the term, were Haitian or Haitian Americans. And if that's true, that's absolutely crazy, outrageous, and something needs to be done about that. I'm just putting it out there. I'm putting it out there.
No, hold on.
That's really, just a second, John. That's very, very interesting. And Manny, I mean, we saw the same thing happen when we were traveling in Paris. That when students or young people come to different countries, they're so accustomed to a certain way of life that doesn't, or a way of survival that doesn't align with the culture that they're coming into. So I think this is definitely something that we could learn more about and see what we can do to
those numbers need to come down. Yeah,
definitely.
And that figure has been constant, by the way. That figure has been constant.
Really?
Is
that number accurate, Jean?
It is accurate as, I don't know, last time I heard about this was a few years ago. I was talking to the commander of police community affairs for Brooklyn South. And he told me this is an issue. It's also true in Rikers Island that there's an overrepresentation of Haitian Americans.
Yes.
And not
we
only
make up
young people.
1.2% of the population. This is not acceptable.
And there are a lot of things to unpack there. So let's leave that for issue discussion, because I think we need to have issue discussions. We may have to have weekly or twice weekly sessions where we focus on one issue and try to come up with some kind of a resolution to build our platform.
Jean, I have an idea, not to cut you off. I think that we've heard from some great leaders here, the pastor, Regine Bajon, a whole bunch of people. Can we turn this in terms of sort of the issue group that would redefine the issue we're going to ask the Kamala, the Irish administration, in terms of what the Haitian community would be looking for, both in the United States and also in Haiti? And guys, feel free to participate. We're not going to take all your time, but we should probably have meeting once a week to sort of iron out some of the issues that Regine Bajon talked about. I know the Reverend talked about some issues, and other people talk about issues that are in the community. So I think we should iron out those issues and make a list of things that we're going to lobby the government about. Is that an idea? There's something guys guys we can do?
Yeah, we can. Yes, we can do that. We should do that. And if everybody here agrees.
Now, here's what I'm gonna. Hold on a second. Here's what I'm gonna. Everyone who wants to participate, please put your email on the chat so we can email you. That this is not going to be a public link. It's going to be a link for us to discuss issues that we want to deal. We want to actually talk to the White House about in terms of our community. So please put your email. I'm actually waiting so I can start copying down your email. So if you could do that.
You have mine, right?
Regine, no, give me your email, Regine. I don't have it. Regine
Bajon. It's written down on the chat.
Okay. In the chat, in the chat.
It's on the chat.
If you have in the chat. As we do that, I wanted to say that we had a gentleman here from Haiti. I think he left. We have one of our friends from Haiti who was a major in the Haitian Army, who's part of ODIA, and he assists in our leadership group. And he was listening to us, and he said, and he said in the chat that he's going to ask all his friends in the US to make sure they vote for Kamala Harris. So we have an international presence already, people. So we're doing good things here. So.
Listen, that's a big deal, because the last time Haitians were calling their relatives here to say vote against the other one. I forgot which other one they were angry at. It was Clinton, sorry.
Yeah. So I think we have a a good grasp of next steps. Hopefully, we'll have a meeting sometime during next weekend. We can have an issue. I would suggest, Emmanuel, I would suggest, can you do a screenshot of the chat instead of writing it down?
Yes. No, I am. What I'm actually doing is
take a picture. Yeah, it might be easier on your hands. Or I can help. But the other thing is that let's just say that the group would be focused, so it will not be open. Don't share the invitation without, just with everybody. That's one thing. The other thing is that we will have team meetings, meaning that if we're going to talk about economic development, we'll focus on economic development, so that we have meetings that are fruitful and can help us move forward very quickly. Okay. And we'll also try to keep the meetings down to an hour. We know we're taking your time. And frankly, we'd rather you be knocking on doors and giving out flyers.
Right.
Or making calls. All right.
Well, this is going to be the group that's going to put together all the issues that we need to talk about. I know Mario left, but we wanted to check with Mario because there's this group.
Right. I'll reach out to him.
Okay, please, let's reach out to him, and we will reconvene early next week. But we'll update everybody on the WhatsApp group. We'll make sure you get updated on the WhatsApp group. But let me see. I think Mario
still here.
I'm still here.
He's here.
Mario is still here.
Okay, Mario, I thought you left already. But Mario, I'm looking. I think I got your email, but I didn't get your. I didn't get your telephone number. Perhaps you could send that to Jean.
Okay, sure. I'll add that now.
Yeah, and Jean will follow up with you. We'll try to get Alafo to meet with Alafo and see how we can work together. Yeah. And the email guy you will receive, it will come from the email that you will receive come from info@HDPAC. So in case if you're not talking, please. We have somebody in Iowa. I think it's Mioleni. Mioleni, are you still with us?
Mioleni6@gmail.
Yeah, she's in Iowa, which is actually.
He's looking for the link. Yeah. Okay.
Oh, you broke it.
Let me.
Okay. Somebody's feeding a child. Good thing. Good thing. All right. So, do we have any last comments? We've been on for about 2 hours.
No, I don't know who added me, but thank you.
You're welcome. And we have Georgia, we have Florida, we have Iowa to follow up on, and this is now also become our issues group where we're going to sort out the policies. Okay, and we'll have our next meeting soon enough. There will be a website set up. We'll send you the and we'll be sending you a link for a next meeting.
Now, Joe, can we ask people sort of what time is good for them? Because I know everybody's very busy.
Yeah.
What time is good for you guys? Is the weekend better? Should we have the meeting on Sunday, Saturday, sort of in the afternoon? What time is good for you?
Weekends are better.
Weekends are better? Okay. Regine, what about you, Regine? Is weekend better
For me,
for you?
I'm pretty open. Weekends are fine. I'm pretty flexible.
Okay, I think the Reverend, I don't know if the Reverend left us, but we wanted the Reverends to, let's see. Miss Pierre-Elise, what about you? Is weekend better for you too? Mireille? I assume weekend. Okay, so if weekend is good for everyone, why don't we set up our next meeting to sort of go some over the issues that we care about. We want to do that next Sunday at the same time at 4 p.m. Eastern. Would that work? Dr. Kade, would that work for you?
That one's good, yes.
Okay.
Okay.
Right.
Okay.
So,
and we can also set up a poll in the WhatsApp group. We can also try a poll in the WhatsApp group sometime later this week.
Okay. So
yeah,
let's
see. But for now, 4 o'clock next Sunday, and then we do a poll to see what works best. Does that make sense?
Okay.
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 Okay, so if that makes sense, let's keep it for Sunday. I'm gonna write it down and we're gonna prepare the link and send it to you. We'll send you the link. We'll send you the link Saturday morning, Sunday morning.
Yes. Okay.
I apologize. I stepped out for a minute. Yes, weekend is good for me.
Let's go. Okay. All right. Great.
Sunday at
Thank
4
you, Sylvia.
p.m. for you.
Precious God, bless this food planet from unemployment and insanity. Preserve us, provide to our brothers and sisters who wake up this morning, who didn't have a piece of bread. Please provide to them as you provide to us. We ask you that, Lord Jesus Christ, in the name of your Son, Jesus Christ, our Savior. Amen.
Amen.
All right. We got a prayer. All right.
Amen.
Okay, good people.
Thank you so much for all of you for coming. We appreciate this. I'm going to turn it over to Ms. Johnson to close out for us. Ms. Johnson.
Yes, thank you everyone for coming. Thank you. This is exciting. One voice, one people, one Haitian people. We'll see you.
Thank you, everyone. Merci tout le monde.
Thank you so much.
Goodbye, everyone. Have a good rest of your day.
Like Kamala Harris say, when we fight,
we win.
We win.
That's right.
That's right. We fight, we win. All right, good people.
Thank you, guys.
2024.
Have a nice
Remember, give
weekend.
the money. 2024. 2024.
Yes.
Donate. All right. Thanks.
Snap
Bye.
a picture of your donation for 2024. Let's see how many we can get.
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
I'll put mine in the chat right now.
Put it in the chat.
All right.
Alrighty.
Goodbye.
Awesome.
Thank
Bye,
you.
everybody.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
Bye.